Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to go over a major new feature that has officially rolled out on Steam. This is a big one, as Steam has now implemented their own in-depth performance monitor. We'll talk all about that, a major addition, and obviously it's going to be rolling out to everybody, and a nice addition. I have mixed feelings about performance monitors, and I've talked about that, but the option to have one baked into Steam directly, I get it. Nvidia has theirs, AMD has theirs, but having one in Steam directly, options are always a good thing. So we'll talk about that. One of my favorite games of 2024 is getting more free updates. It's a game that's on sale right now. We'll talk about that, and we got something, I guess, a little bit humorous to me to talk about at the end of this video, but a game that I know is going to tug at the nostalgic heartstrings will be coming to Steam on July the 8th. We'll talk that at the end of this video quickly. But right off the bat, Steam in-game performance monitor is officially rolling out. With today's Steam client update, makes available a new performance monitor that Steam can render over your game. This feature is designed to help you understand how your PC is performing and how it is impacting your game's performance. Now, with performance monitors, there's always been a little bit of question on performance monitors affecting the performance just of the game, just running, so keep that in mind. But the new performance overlay will show you frame rate values similar to the old FPS counter, but it can also break out generated frames from DLSS or FSR versus actual game frame rate. Love to see that. With how much DLSS and FSR is exploding, that's a great implemented feature. So if you do want to track that information, you can. It can show you min-max single frame values and a graph of frame rate over time. Additionally, it will show you CPU performance information, GPU performance information, and system memory usage information. These pieces of data can be useful to understand the cause of bad game performance, whether that be a slow CPU, GPU, or too high graphic settings that are oversubscribing your video or system RAM. Levels of detail: the new performance monitor gives you 4 levels of detail: single FPS value, FPS details, CPU and GPU utilization, and FPS, CPU, GPU, and RAM full details. You can keep the display small with a single FPS value, or you can expand to the full details when debugging a performance issue. These details can be adjusted live in-game. You can also adjust color saturation, text size, and background opacity to make this as prominent as seen below, again in the blog post, link in the description box below, or as subtle and fading into the background of the game as you'd like. You can optionally show a graph of FPS over time, and you can optionally show a graph of CPU utilization per core. How to enable the new performance overlay: adjust its size and position, set a hotkey, and more. Go to settings in-game and find the new performance overlay as pictured in the blog. And then they also note today's update is the first step towards helping Steam users more easily understand their game and system performance. We have plans to add additional pieces of data to the performance overlay going forward to detect certain common bad hardware performance scenarios and show a larger summary of your game's performance in the overlay itself when you hit Shift-Tab. So, love to see that Steam is implementing it. Again, I've talked ad nauseum a little bit about performance monitors and tracking performance in games, and this is totally a me issue, but you know, when it comes to tracking performance in games, I do that time to time in a lot of games. However, me personally, when I play a game, there has to be a certain point where I just toggle that stuff off. Even when performance might be lagging a little bit, there is a certain point in time where I just want to play the damn game, and I did not buy a gaming PC to track performance all day. I think that, and do whatever you want with your PC. If you just want to track performance of games all day and look at textures and all that, you know, go for it. You know, that's a fun thing to do for some people. For me, there comes a point in time where I bought a gaming PC to play games, and I don't want to be tracking performance all the time. And at the end of the day, if there is a performance hiccup, if there is a single stutter, if there is a frame rate dip, it's not going to absolutely break my experience where I absolutely lose my mind. But constantly looking at that frame rate value, and again, this is totally a me issue, but this is an issue a lot of people do have when it comes to PC gaming. It's just like, man, are we troubleshooting our PC performance all the time, or are we playing games? Like, I feel like whenever a game comes out, and this is tied to it being a bad PC port, like for example, when Spider-Man 2 came out, and I spent so much time just troubleshooting that game, it really infuriated me, because first of all, I spent my $60 on that game, had the performance monitor opened up and everything, and it's just like, the most valuable finite quantity we have in life is time, and when I have performance monitors up, oh, this setting is affecting performance this way, and with Spider-Man 2, I think I legit spent like 6 hours on launch day just troubleshooting issues out of that game, and by the end of the day, I was just like, this is so ridiculous. Why do I have to do? And nobody's forcing me to do this, but I feel like I want to get the best performance possible out of a game like that, which Nix's software and PlayStation should have done their job and drop a good PC version. And it's just not Spider-Man 2. It's the Monster Hunter Wilds of the world. It's the Last of Us Part 1's, the Star Wars Jedi Survivors of the world. But, you know, I can go on a tangent all day. And Steam implementing a performance monitor is great because they're giving you more tools to actually tackle issues that you might encounter. I just wish that PC gaming was at a point where these issues weren't as prevalent as they are. And I think, to me, that is the number one negative of PC gaming entirely, is the bad PC performance on a lot of games day one. Now, there's a catch-22. There are games that are running at 60 frames per second that can be dreaming of running at that frame rate on console. So, you know, it's a give and a take, but the Spider-Man 2's, The Last of Us Part 1's, the Star Wars Jedi Survivors on launch, and I get it. Why are you buying these games at launch, etc., etc.? Look, I want to play big games at launch. Sue me. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm going on a little bit of a diatribe, but when it comes to performance measurement, again, I like having the options available, and especially just having it ingrained and built into Steam, making it easily accessible for a lot of people that way, because, guys, look, we know how to navigate the GeForce app and the AMD app and everything like that. There are a lot of people that are super, super casual and they keep everything into Steam. I've talked about it before, but one of my buddies that plays a lot of games on PC didn't even know Steam refunds were a thing. There are a lot of casual consumers on PC these days, and giving them these tools easily accessible, just baked into Steam, I do think is a great thing. It's just, again, for a nerd like me that sometimes gets a little bit fixated on the frame rates and the performance and whatnot, utilization, etc., etc., and sometimes, you know, that's tied to covering games on this channel and whatnot. Like, I kind of have to do it, but at the same time, I do, and there was a long time I did push it overboard where I stopped being an actual gamer, so to speak, and I became more of a performance measurer, and I don't want to be like that. Like, I want to play games, but again, the tools being at your disposal, I think, is a great thing. Alright, moving on from that, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 just got its Siege update, and more free content is going to be coming to the game. What comes after year one? As promised, we're excited to share more details with you, and even more will be revealed in the upcoming community updates this July and August. For now, here are a few things we can confirm. We're happy to announce that a second year of both free and DLC content included in a new yearly season pass is on the way. This extended support for Space Marine 2 has been possible thanks to your unwavering support, so once again, thank you very much for being part of it. Expect new PvE missions, enemies, weapons, and more. It's too early to provide more info, but stay tuned. Also, to celebrate the first anniversary of the game, a large-scale update is planned for September. The 10.0 major update, Update 9.0, won't bring new content, but only balancing changes. Unfortunately, this also means that the new PvP mode we were planning to release alongside the 9.0 update will be postponed to the big 10.0 update. I think timing it out with 10.0, with it being the 1-year anniversary of the release of the game, perfect timing. I think around that time, get that game down to like a $29.99 price point on Steam, and there will be an influx of new people checking it out, because one of the big criticisms of the game was the lack of content, short single player, etc., etc. Well, if you're updating this 10.0, you're getting it down to $30, you have this new content available. I think a lot more people are gonna come in and check out the game as well. They note that this new mode will take place on a new map. It will oppose two sides, but it won't be Loyalist versus Chaos like in regular PvP. Instead, Chaos will face Chaos. Last but not least, you'll be able to take control of the Hellbrute. And as this new game mode is centered around the Chaos, new Chaos armors will also be added to the game. A new melee weapon will also be added as a part of the big 10.0 update. The Power Axe, it'll have its own moveset, execution, animations, and more. Great to see all of this happening, and I think Space Marine 2, given the success of the game and the support that the game is getting, you can easily see that this is a game that overachieved expectations, and the commercial success of this game was paramount. I mean, peaking at north of 200,000 concurrent Steam users, incredibly successful, and, you know, I thought the game was really good. Was it blowaway? Was it the best game of 2024? No, but certainly a game that I really, really enjoyed, and I think at this point, it's 40% off for $36. You've got the Siege mode now out, and more content is coming I think it's a great time to check it out, and best of all, Space Marine 3 already confirmed, which is great to hear as well. Lastly, I do want to know, this is for some of you guys, not really applicable to me from a nostalgic standpoint, but Backyard Baseball 2001 is the second Backyard Baseball game and the 4th overall game in the Backyard Sports franchise, and it will be coming to Steam on July the 8th from Mega Cat Studios and Playground Productions. I know, a lot of people played this back in the day growing up. Yeah, not really my cup of tea, but definitely a game that it's cool to see these games available on Steam, and preserving these games I think is great to do that. So that'll be out on July the 8th. Wanted to make a quick mention of that, but that's going to do it for me. Again, you guys, a major new Steam feature with the in-game performance monitor. I know I went on a bit of a tangent, and it's a total me issue. Again, getting super fixated on the performance and the metrics of a game. Total me issue that sometimes I just do have to turn it off, but I know some of you guys sometimes get fixated on that as well. Space Marine 2 getting another major update later this year, and Backyard Baseball 2001 coming to Steam on July the 8th. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.